Once upon a time, many years after the princess fell asleep, a brave young prince named Philip was riding his white horse Samson through a strange and quiet land. He had heard stories from his grandfather about a beautiful castle hidden behind a wall of giant thorns. "Is it true, Samson?" Philip asked his horse, patting its neck. "Do you think a princess really sleeps in there?" Samson neighed and shook his head nervously. He did not like this dark forest. The trees were twisted and the sky was gray. Suddenly, they came to a stop. In front of them stood a massive wall of black thorns, as high as a mountain. "Look at that," Philip whispered. "It is impenetrable. No one could get through those sharp spikes." Suddenly, 3 tiny glowing lights appeared in the air. Pop, pop, pop! The lights turned into 3 little fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. They had woken up because they sensed a hero was near. "You have come at last," Flora chirped, flying in front of the prince's face. "We have been waiting for 100 years." Philip was surprised. He tipped his hat politely. "Good day, ladies," he said. "Who are you, and why were you waiting for me?" "We are the good fairies," Merryweather explained quickly. "And you are the prince. You are the only one who can break the curse." "The curse?" Philip asked. "You mean the Sleeping Beauty?" "Yes," Fauna cried. "She is sleeping in the tall tower, but you must be careful. The wicked fairy Maleficent is guarding the castle. She will not let you pass." The prince looked at the wall of thorns. He drew his ordinary sword, but Flora shook her head. "Put that away," Flora commanded. "Your sword is strong, but it is not magic. To defeat Maleficent, you need powerful weapons." The 3 fairies waved their wands together. Zap! A magnificent shield appeared in the air. It was silver and had a golden cross on it. "This is the shield of virtue," Flora said seriously. "It will protect you from all evil magic." Then, a beautiful sword with a jeweled handle appeared. It shone like a star. "And this," Fauna said softly, "is the sword of truth. It can cut through any lie and any dark spell." Philip took the heavy shield and the shining sword. He felt a surge of courage in his heart. "Thank you," Philip said bravely. "I will not fail you. I will save the princess." "No, go!" Merryweather shouted. "The thorns are opening." The fairies used their magic to clear a small path through the sharp thorns. Philip kicked his horse. "Hee-yah! Go, Samson!" They galloped into the dark tunnel of thorns toward the castle. High up in the dark tower of the castle, the wicked fairy Maleficent was watching. She saw the prince breaking through her defenses. Her pet crow, Diablo, flew around her head, screaming. "Caw! Caw! He is coming!" Maleficent's eyes turned yellow with rage. She slammed her staff on the stone floor. "No!" Maleficent roared. "I have kept this castle asleep for a century. A silly prince will not ruin my victory now." She ran to the balcony and looked down at the tiny figure of the prince riding closer. She raised her staff high into the stormy sky. "Lightning and thunder," she chanted. "Stop him. Block his path." Boom! Bolts of purple lightning struck the ground in front of Philip. The stone bridge began to crumble. "Watch out, Samson!" Philip yelled. The brave horse jumped over the crumbling stones. Philip raised the shield of virtue. The lightning hit the shield and bounced off harmlessly. "He is protected," Maleficent hissed. "Those meddling fairies gave him a magic shield." She knew she had to use her ultimate power. She could not let him reach the tower room where the princess slept. The prince reached the courtyard. Maleficent appeared before him in a cloud of green smoke. She grew taller and taller until she towered over him. "You shall not pass," Maleficent screamed. "Now you shall deal with me and all the powers of hell." Suddenly, a terrifying transformation began. Maleficent's body stretched and grew. Scales covered her skin. Her hands turned into giant claws. Wings sprouted from her back. Roar! In front of the prince stood a gigantic, fire-breathing dragon. The dragon was black and purple, with eyes like burning coals. It opened its massive mouth and breathed a stream of green fire. "Run, Samson!" Philip shouted. The horse galloped to the side just in time. The fire scorched the ground where they had been standing. The dragon turned its head and snapped its jaws. Snap! "Stay back, beast!" Philip yelled, swinging the sword of truth. The dragon laughed, a deep, rumbling sound. It swung its heavy tail and hit the prince. Philip was knocked off his horse. He rolled on the ground and lost his shield. "Oh no!" cried Flora, watching from the air. "He lost the shield!" The dragon loomed over the prince, ready to burn him to ash. Philip was cornered against a stone wall. He had only his sword left. "Now you die, prince," the dragon roared. The dragon took a deep breath, preparing a final blast of fire. Philip looked up. He knew he had only one chance. "Fairies!" Philip shouted. "Help me!" The 3 fairies flew down. They pointed their wands at the prince's sword. "Sword of truth, fly swift and sure," they chanted together. "Let evil die and good endure." The sword began to glow with a blinding white light. The prince gathered all his strength. Just as the dragon lunged forward to bite him, Philip threw the sword. "Take this!" he yelled. The sword flew through the air like an arrow. Screech! The dragon let out a terrible scream that shook the castle walls. It stumbled back and fell off the edge of the cliff. Crash! At the bottom of the cliff, the dragon disappeared. All that was left was Maleficent's black robe. The dark clouds in the sky began to fade, and the sun started to shine. Philip stood up, breathing heavily. He was tired and dirty, but he was alive. "You did it!" Merryweather cheered, doing a somersault in the air. "You defeated the dragon!" "Hurry, Prince!" Fauna urged him. "The princess is waiting!" Philip ran into the castle. He saw the sleeping guards and the sleeping king and queen. He climbed the winding stairs to the highest tower. His heart was pounding in his chest. He opened the door to the small room. There, lying on a golden bed, was Princess Aurora. She was even more beautiful than the stories said. She held a red rose in her hand. "She is peaceful," Philip whispered. He walked to the bedside and knelt down. He looked at her face for a long moment. Then he gently kissed her on the lips. The magic of the kiss rippled through the room. The color returned to Aurora's cheeks. Her eyelashes fluttered. She opened her eyes and looked at the stranger. "Who are you?" Aurora asked, her voice sleepy and sweet. "I am Prince Philip," he smiled. "The spell is broken. You are safe." Aurora smiled back. "I had a lovely dream," she said, "and you were in it." They walked down the stairs together. As they walked, the castle woke up. The king woke up on his throne. "My goodness," the king yawned. "I am hungry. Is dinner ready yet?" The queen woke up and saw her daughter walking in with a handsome young man. "Aurora!" the queen cried joyfully. "You are awake!" The cook in the kitchen woke up and finally slapped the kitchen boy. "Got you!" the cook shouted. The trumpets sounded and the whole kingdom celebrated. The prince told everyone the story of the dragon, and the people cheered for his bravery. "To Prince Philip!" they shouted. "The Dragon Slayer!" The 3 fairies sat on top of the chandelier, watching the prince and princess dance. "I love happy endings," Fauna sighed, wiping a tear. "And look at her dress," Merryweather whispered. "It is blue. I told you blue was better." "It looks pink to me," Flora argued. "Blue! Pink!" But this time, they didn't fight. They just smiled, happy that their precious briar rose was safe and loved. And Prince Philip and Princess Aurora lived happily ever after.